Hello there, everybody. I am Little Miss Hot Mess from Drag Queen Story Hour, and I am so excited to be here with you all today for SpringOne, for the social track to keep you all entertained and get you thinking a little bit about drag, the power of reading, the importance of diversity in our world. So I just want to start off with a little bit of a welcome song. I know that many of you out there watching are probably adults, but we're going to just invite you to sort of get in touch with your inner child today and relax into that feeling of play and imagination that drag is all about. Also, if you happen to have any kids who are home, not at school, that want to join in, this is a kid-friendly session, so feel free to go grab them and bring them on board. So without further ado, let us do just a little bit of a welcome song. Some of you may remember it from your own school, but as all good drag things do, I like to add a little bit of a twist at the end. So we're going to do it once where you can repeat after me, and then we'll put it all together and sing it together. And I'm going to try really hard to hear all of your fabulous voices wherever you are around the world. So we're going to go, hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? I'm fierce. I'm fierce. All right, and fierce is something that queens say when we are extra fabulous, extra ready to go. We're just feeling ourselves and ready to take on the world. So let's all put it together and sing along wherever you are in the world. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? I'm fierce. Excellent. Give yourselves a round of applause. I think I might hear and feel some drag queens in training out there. Again, my name is Little Miss Hot Mess, and I am one of the drag queen storytellers that is part of Drag Queen Story Hour. And for any of you who might be wondering, what on earth is Drag Queen Story Hour? We are basically what we sound like. We are drag queens, drag kings, other fantastical drag beings who read books to kids of all ages in libraries, bookstores, schools, museums, conferences, basically anywhere that anyone will have us. And we believe in spreading a love of reading and a joy in diversity and in celebrating our world through the traditional art of drag, which has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, honey. And, this is one of the most fun activities that I have ever gotten to be a part of. I only wish that we could be in person today, but I am still so glad to get to connect with you and to get to connect with so many people all over the world. So, who is ready for a story? I think I hear some excitement brewing. You are fully welcome to clap and snap and cheer along as much as you want at home. Trust me, I will be able to feel it, if not directly hear it. So let me scooch my things over a little bit. We are going to start off with a book that yours truly wrote. That is right. I am not only a drag queen, I am also a children's book author. And this book is called The Hips on the Drag Queen Go Swish, 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 written by yours truly, Little Miss Hot Mess. And it is illustrated by the incredibly talented Olga de Dios, published by Running Press Kids. And this is actually a book that, if you haven't guessed already, is set to the tune of The Wheels on the Bus. But what we're going to do is we're going to read it through once first so you can see all of Olga's gorgeous, gorgeous illustrations of these fabulous, fabulous queens. And then we'll get to sing through it a little bit later. So first, I'm going to take off the book's jacket because sometimes a queen does like to take off her jacket. And I'm going to introduce you to some of our characters that we have in our book. We have Free to Be Me. We've got Jacqueline Jill. We've got Stinkerbell. We have Rita Book. We've got Mother Lucy Goosey and Cinderfella. We've got Peanut Butter Gelée, Rosie Ringarounda, and last but not least, Miss Elemento PP. And if you think that some of those names sound just a little bit silly, then my friends, you are right. Drag is all about having fun, playing games, using language and wordplay, using puns, just letting our sillies out as much as possible. So, Little Miss Hot Mess is actually a pretty tame name in the drag community, if you ask me. But we are going to see all of these fabulous queens kind of teach us about a lot of the different things that drag queens do. So if you want to practice for when we sing along, you are welcome to. You're welcome to stand up if you're able, shake those hips, shimmy those shoulders. But now I'm already starting to give it away. So we start with the hips on the drag queen. Go swish, swish, swish. You're going to swish your hips back and forth and feel your fabulousness. Swish, 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 swish. The hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish all through the town. And one special thing that you might notice, but I'm just going to tell you now so you could look out for it, is that this town starts off kind of gray, but as these fabulous, fierce, phenomenal queens parade through, they are going to bring a rainbow of color and excitement into this town. And this town also looks like a lot of different towns around the country and the world. So you might even see a street that looks like your own if you look carefully enough. Next up, we have the hair. The hair on the drag queen goes up, 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 because drag queens, we love big hair. The bigger the hair, the closer to the drag goddess. The hair on the drag queen goes up, 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 up. The hair on the drag queen goes up, 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 all through the town. Look at all those queens with their fierce, fierce hair going everywhere. This is a fun one. The shoes on the drag queen go stomp, stomp, stomp. You're going to stomp your feet like you are walking down a fierce runway. You are feeling yourself. You are showing the world who is boss. The shoes on the drag queen go stomp, 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 stomp. Anybody see a pair of shoes that either maybe you've got ones that look like it in your own closet, or you wish that you had ones that look like it in your own closet? I'll just tell you, I wish that I had all these shoes. I've got probably more shoes than most people, but I would still take all of these shoes. And you know what? One of the great things about being online is that I don't even have to wear shoes today. The shoes on the drag queen go stomp, stomp, stomp all through the town. And you know what? I think you kind of know that you're a real top shelf queen once you can walk up these big hills like we have in San Francisco in a pair of high heel shoes. Trust me, it is a skill. It is an art form. It is a science. The jewels on the drag queen go bling, bling, bling. You're going to pretend you're wearing a beautifully sparkly necklace or some earrings, and you're going to go bling, 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 bling. And I always like to tell people that drag queens, even though sometimes we look like real queens, we're not people who are ruling over people. We are queens of the people. We get to be queens because we use our imaginations and we say we are, not because anybody told us that we get to be royalty. And that is part of the magic of drag as well. So the jewels on the drag queen go bling, bling, bling. all through the town. Look at all those fabulous queens taking over this town, showing their inner sparkle as much as their outer sparkle. This is a fun one too. Spoiler alert, they're all fun. The shoulders on the drag queen go shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. I want to see you shimmy those shoulders. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Yes, flaunt that fabulosity. The shoulders on the drag queen go shimmy, shimmy, shimmy all through the town. This is a gentle one. The cheeks on the drag queen go blush, blush, blush. You're going to pretend like you're just adding just a little tiny bit of blush. You can see I'm only wearing just the teeniest, tiniest amount of makeup today. And we're just going to add that little bit of blush, 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 blush. Does anybody see a color of blush that you wish you were wearing today? Maybe it's pink or purple or blue or orange or green or a color that we don't even see here. The cheeks on the drag queen go blush, blush, blush all through the town. Next, up the fingers. The fingers on the drag queen go snap, 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 snap. Yes, that is right. We already practiced our fierce snaps before and we're coming back around. And sometimes snapping can be a little bit hard. It can take some fine motor skills that maybe some of us are still working on. And so I always say another important part of drag is to fake it till you make it. So if you're having trouble out there snapping, just give a little bit of a spirit finger or a jazz hand or a little flick of the wrist, and that is just as good as a snap, snap, snap. So the fingers on the drag queen go snap, snap, snap all through the town. Excellent. The mouth on the drag queen goes blah, 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 blah. And that's for two reasons. One, drag queens, we like to talk a lot if you haven't already figured that out. And number two, drag queens, we like to lip sync, which is where we move our mouths to other songs, like we're singing along or like we're singing it ourselves. It's a form of pretend. The mouth on the drag queen goes blah, 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 all through the town. Excellent. And here is our big finale. The dance of the drag queen goes twirl, twirl, twirl. Can I see everybody do a twirl around? Twirl, 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 twirl. If you're wearing the right kind of skirt, that twirly skirt is going to twirl out all around you. Here's our big finale. The dance of the drag queen goes twirl, twirl, twirl all through the town. And just look at all of these amazing queens. And one thing I always like to say, clearly there's a lot of things I always like to say, is that drag queens, we come in all shapes and sizes and colors. We have different aesthetics. We have different styles of drag. We have different skills and talents. If you were to see a room of 100 drag queens, you would see 100 different ways of doing drag, 100 million different ways of being a fierce, fierce queen. So this is just a handful of some of those amazing queens that might be out there in the world. And at the end of the day, hopefully that queen takes a little bit of that magic home with her. The end. So that was the hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish. written by yours truly, Little Miss Hot Mess, illustrated by Olga de Dios, and published by Running Press Kids. This book is available wherever fine books are sold. So I always encourage folks to ask at your local libraries, order it from your local bookstore if you can, or you can visit my website to order it online. But this is such a treat to have out in the world, and I love getting to see pictures of families and kids enjoying this book together. So always feel free to send them to me at Lil Miss Hot Mess. That's Lil Miss Hot Mess. Whew, how's everybody feeling out there? Are you maybe ready for another story? I think we should keep things moving along so we can get into so many of these great books because there are so many great books out there. But first, I just realized we just went through all the motions of what, not all the motions, but many of the things that drag queens do. And I haven't even really given you an explanation of what a drag queen is. So I want to hear from you. How many of you have a definition of a drag queen? On the count of three, I want you to shout it loud and proud. Ready? One, two, three. Oh, Oh, I'm hearing some very interesting responses to what a drag queen is, and a lot of smart people out there who have done their homework. Now, what I like to say is that drag queens, we love to dress up. We love to put on a lot of makeup, a lot of sparkles and sequins and fabulous colors and patterns. We like to wear big hair and lots of jewelry. We like to perform. We love to sing and dance and lip syncing, as I was saying before. We like to tell jokes. We like to lead parades. Drag queens have led some of the most important LGBTQ civil rights protests and demonstrations in the country's and the world's history. We like to sometimes be involved in our communities. We raise funds for organizations and causes we believe in. We sometimes read books to kids and volunteer in other ways to support people, who may be having a rough day. Drag queens, we love to take some trash and turn it into treasure. We like to put a smile on people's faces and make people feel good and get to express their authentic selves. So drag queens, you might have been thinking, drag queens are about boys dressing like girls or some other version of that. And that is sometimes true. But I also say that anybody can be a drag queen, anybody can be a drag king. It is all about taking that little spark and imagination inside of you and letting your boldest and brightest self shine forth. So let's all, even if we're not going to be drag queens, take a little bit of that spirit with us today into the world. And I think that our next book also, it's not about drag queens, but it helps us also think about ways of making our communities even more beautiful, even more special. So our next book is called Maybe Something Beautiful: How Art Transformed a Neighborhood. And it is written by F. Isabel Compoy and Teresa Howell and illustrated by Rafael Lopez. And it is published by Houghton Mifflin, if I'm pronouncing that right, books. All right. Sorry, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt books. Okay, so this one is more of a story than our last one. Our last one was a sort of a sing and dance along, and this one is going to tell us a full story. So, in the heart of a gray city, not unlike our previous gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and her heart was filled with joy. How many of you have a creative hobby? Maybe you like to draw or color or paint, or maybe you like to sing or dance or act or make music or do any sorts of different things. Yeah. On her way to school one day, Mira gave a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Ms. Lopez, the lady with sparkling eyes. Seems like Mira is a pretty generous person on her block. How many of you like to make gifts for people? And look, are those real apples and flowers? No, she painted them. Even more special. She gave a songbird to Mr. Sachs and a red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira taped a glowing sun onto the wall, hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. How many of you can see that beautiful sun that Mira's hanging up? The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall. He looked at her son. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. Can we all practice that? We're going to hold our fingers up and look through the world. Look at the world through this little lens we've made. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Mira asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied. You hold up that square and you look around, are you able to see something beautiful even right where you are right now? Spoiler. Then, just like that, he dipped a brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. Sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. Look at that. Look at that beautiful rainbow this man is painting. Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, he said. A muralist. I paint on walls. I'm an artist too, she told him. He handed Mira a brush. Then come on. What do you think is going to happen? Mira dipped it in the loudest color she saw. Yowee! The wall lit up like sunshine. Look at that beautiful ray of sun connecting her painting with, it looks like the actual sun is coming out on this gray day. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon, Mr. Sachs joined in. Then came others. Everyone painted to the rhythm. Salsa, merengue, bebop. Wow, painting to music. That sounds extra fun. Even Mira's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party until what do we think is going to happen? Should we turn the page and find out? Okay. The policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Mira put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, then paused. May I paint with you? He asked. So Mira handed him a paintbrush and the music started again. Don't you wish that all police officers were that chill? I certainly do. Teachers and papas jumped in, babies too. Mira and the man handed out brush after brush. Colors spread through the streets, and so did joy. Look at all the different things people are doing: planting flowers, planting trees, painting homes, painting walls and buildings, celebrating, dancing. It's a real party. Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated uh, together. They created something more beautiful than ever imagined. Them all coming together to create something beautiful. And when their clothes were splattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. You, my friends, are all artists, he told them. The world is your canvas. He smiled wide, then pulled everything together in a big, sweeping motion. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. I bet some of you might have been thinking that all along, that there was a little bit of magic happening in this story through this paintbrush. Because, art is always maybe just a little bit of magic. When he was finished, Mira added one more bird way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought, just maybe, the end. Let's have a huge drag over the top round of applause for Maybe Something Beautiful, written by F. Isabel Compoy and Teresa Howell, and illustrated by Rafael Lopez. And I love this story because even though it's not about drag, like I said, it's very similar. It's about coming together as a community and making the world around us a little bit more beautiful through the power of art and our imaginations and unleashing our creativity out onto the world. And that is definitely part of what drag is all about. What a lovely, lovely story. Am I right? Okay, so I think it's time for another song, and I think we should give a practice to the hips on the drag queen. Go swish, swish, swish. Now, I'm not going to use the book this time because it's a little hard for me to hold the book and sing and dance all at the same time. But I'm just going to sing it along with you. And this time you can just probably jump right in because I have a feeling that you all, or many of you, are familiar with this tune. And if you are not, I'm sure that you'll pick it up very quickly. So we are going to start with our hips, and we are going to go. The hips on the drag queen go swish, 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 swish. The hips on the drag queen go swish, 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 all through the town. The hair on the drag queen goes up, 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 up. The hair on the drag queen goes up, 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 all through the town. The shoes on the drag queen go stomp, 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 stomp. The shoes on the drag queen go stomp, 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 all through the town. The jewels on the drag queen go bling, 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 bling. The jewels on the drag queen go bling, 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 all through the town. The hair on the drag queen goes up, 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 up. The hair on the drag queen goes up, 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 all through the town. The shoes on the drag queen go stomp, 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 stomp. The shoes on the drag queen go stomp, stomp, stomp. All through the town. The jewels on the drag queen go bling, 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 bling. The jewels on the drag queen go bling, 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 all through the town. And the shoulders on the drag queen go shimmy, 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 shimmy. The shoulders on the drag queen go shimmy, 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 all through the town. The cheeks on the drag queen go blush, 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 blush. The cheeks on the drag queen go blush, 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 all through the town. The fingers on the drag queen go snap, 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 snap. The fingers on the drag queen go snap, 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 all through the town. The mouth on the drag queen goes blah, 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 blah. The mouth on the drag queen goes blah, 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 all through the town. The dance of the drag queen goes twirl, 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 twirl. The dance of the drag queen goes twirl, 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 all through the town. Big finish. Excellent. Thank you all so much for shimmying and swishing and snapping and twirling with me. I definitely think we've got some drag queens in training out there with all of these sequins and fabulousness. So again, my apologies for that little technical glitch that we had, but sometimes these internet pipes just can't handle all of this sparkle and shine. So who is ready for another story? Me. All right, our next story is called Woke Baby, written by Mahogany L. Brown and illustrated by Theodore Taylor III. And it is published by Roaring Brook Press. So this is Woke Baby. I don't know if you know what woke means. We're gonna find out. Woke baby, up before the sun smiles. Open, eyes open. Eyes open. Look at your fists, fingers curled like a panther's paw, pointing up, 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 reaching for justice. Look at each toe, wiggling hello to the sky. There is no glass ceiling. There is no one to tell you no. How many of you like being told no? Not me. Sometimes when people tell us no, we have to ask why, and we have to think about a new way to do something. Up, up, up on each knee, bent like half moons. Woke baby, you are an awakened dream. Said, sometimes we just need to work hard and make our dreams a reality. Here is your voice, loud and wailing. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to cry. Sometimes we make our voice loud by standing up for what we believe in, working to make the world a better place. Here are your hands, reaching for what is yours. Oh. Here are your eyes, widened and bright. Wow. Woke baby, You stop for no one. We are not gonna stop for anyone. You twist to your own beat. You babble songs of freedom. Look at this. Like a good revolutionary, you never, ever sleep. What do we think about that one? Only rest, rest, rest until the next dawn. The end. That was Woke Baby by Mahogany L. Brown, illustrated by Theodore Taylor III. Just giving us a little preparation in how we can make the world a little bit of a better place. Just through our everyday actions and through being conscientious people, which again, part of the job description of a drag queen, if I do say so myself. You know, we like to get attention and command a stage, but as I was saying before, drag is also all about building community and entertaining ourselves when we're a little bit down and finding new ways of doing things that aren't the old ways. They might build on the old ways, they might give a little twist on the old ways, but drag is all about being in the here and now and helping to bring us into the future that we want to be and build for ourselves and each other. So I think that we should do another song. What do you think? Yes. So this is going to be another little bit of a twist on a favorite, at least for those of us here in the States. So I think that this is one that you can probably just join in with as we go, and we can all sing it together. So we're gonna do If You're a Drag Queen and You Know It, Below a Kiss. If you're a drag queen and you know it, below a kiss. If you're a drag queen and you know it, and you really wanna show it. If you're a drag queen and you know it, below a quiz. If you're a drag queen and you know it, shout yes queen, yes queen. If you're a drag queen and you know it, shout yes queen, yes queen. If you're a drag queen and you know it, and you really wanna show it. If you're a drag queen and you know it, shout yes queen, yes queen. If you're a drag queen and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're a drag queen and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! If you're a drag queen and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're a drag queen and you know it, shout hooray! Hooray! If you're a drag queen and you know it, do all three. Yes, queen. Hooray! If you're a drag queen and you know it, do all three. Yes, queen. Hooray! If you're a drag queen and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're a drag queen and you know it, do all three. Yes, queen. Hooray! And you know what? That might be a preview of my next book that will be coming out very soon. Well, not soon enough, next spring. So look out for If You're a Drag Queen and You Know It by Little Miss Hot Mess, coming in the spring of 2022. And I think we've got time for maybe just one more story. How many of you want to read one more book with us? Me. All right. Well, our final book that we have today is a teeny tiny little book. So I'm going to hold this teeny tiny little book as close to the screen as I can for everybody to see. And this is The ABC of Equality, written by Hannah Janelle Ewing and illustrated by Paulina Morgan. And it is published by Francis Lincoln Children's Books. The ABCs of Equality. A is for ability. We all have different abilities. Some of us can sing and play sports. Some of us can see, hear, touch, and feel. Some of us can see but not hear. Class is a way that society groups its members based on the work they do or the places they live. It's a category, which is a little box to describe people. And you're bigger than any class category. D is for difference, because we are all wonderfully different. E is for equality, for you, your family, your friends, and the whole world. Everybody should have the same opportunities to love, learn, and grow. F is for feminism, girl power. I love it. People who identify as women have the same rights as people who identify as men. Every girl has the right to fully express herself without limitations. Yes. G is for gender, and we're just going to say, be yourself. H is for human beings. We are all human, men, women, and everyone, children, just like you. We're all human beings because of abilities like talking, laughing, and pointing your finger. Even if we have different abilities, we're all human beings. I is for immigration. Immigration is when someone who was born in one country moves to a different country, and you can create your home anywhere. J is for justice. Human beings have a set of rules to keep each other safe. Justice is when everyone that those rules protect receives fair treatment, and no human being receives an advantage or disadvantage because of a category like class or gender. Justice for everyone. K is for kindness. Treat all human beings like you treat your friends. L is for LGBTQIA+++++. That's a short description of a range of identities to describe lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning, intersex, asexual, and other people. It's okay to be who you want to be and find the words that make you, you. And we love rainbows in this LGBTQ++ community. M is for multicultural because we are a world of many. N is for no because no means no. Every human being has the right to say no to something that they don't want to do. So just as much as it can be hard to hear no, sometimes we do have to say no when there's something that we know isn't right or we don't want to do. O is for oppression, because together we can tear down these walls. Let's tear down those walls block by block. P is for privilege, to be aware of your advantages. Privilege is when a human being receives benefits and advantages based on a category like gender or ability, like seeing and hearing. Q is for question. There are more questions than answers, and that is a good thing. How many of you like to ask questions? Question after question after question. Excellent. R is for race. Race is a category to describe human beings based on where their family comes from and the way they look, such as skin color and hair. Can you trace your race? Some of us might come from many different races. S is for sex. When a baby arrives, the doctor will say it's a boy or a girl, depending on their understanding of the baby's body. This is their sex. But you know what? Also, sometimes doctors don't always quite get it right. T is for transgender. Sometimes the sex given by the doctor at birth might not fit with the way a person feels, and they might identify as transgender. and you know best who you are. U is for understanding. Every human has the opportunity to learn. How many of you love to learn? I do. I always love to learn. V is for value, to live your beliefs out loud. W is for world, because we all share this one earth. X is for xenophobia. If we just ask questions, we'll see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Y is for yes, because yes means yes. And sometimes you agree with something that's happening and you just want to say yes, 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 queen. And Z is for Z, which is the pronoun that some people use instead of he and she. So we are just about out of time. I am Little Miss Hot Mess. It has been a pleasure to be here with you all today. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoy the rest of this social track and SpringOne. And don't forget to look up Drag Queen Story Hour on all the socials. Find me, Little Miss Hot Mess, and I'll answer some questions in the Slack channel if anyone has any questions you want to ask me. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Mwah.